And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 285. So I hope you guys had a great day. And I hope you guys have a great weekend that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, we have two topics for you guys tonight. So the first one will be more TMNT. So we did a TMNT topic. I think it was not last week, but the week prior, where I had to work literally 1 to 9. And that was just absolutely just horrible. And then because the next day I had to go into work at like fucking 6 a.m. So that was just the worst ever, honestly. And I've been working at this place for like 10 years plus. And that was the worst back-to-back shift days I've ever had. But in that episode of the MSK show that we did, where we did talk about TMNT, we went over quite a bit of what had been recently happening with TMNT regarding the, I wouldn't say canceled Jason Aaron run, because I'm pretty sure it was already announced he wasn't going to be doing anything more than like 12, 13 issues anyway. So we pretty much covered, the new people taking over. We talked about that last Ronin movie that got announced at like a CinemaCon that they've really never talked about again at any point. But we know it's going to be rated R. That's literally the only thing we know about it, is that it's going to be rated R. Who knows if they're going to involve the original creators on the project, because they're the ones that came back to do the last Ronin together, actually. So who knows if they'll involve the comic book creators in that project. Let's be honest here. They're probably not. I will give James Gunn this. James Gunn did basically, try to involve a lot of the comic book creators with the Superman movie. I mean, in the Superman movie, if you see the credits, when the credits roll after the movie's over, see a bunch of these people, credited, like Brian Azzarello, Mark Waid, and a lot of these other guys that have did, Superman stories, across the board. So it would be awesome to see if they got the recognition they deserve if the last Ronin ever does come out, but it's never going to happen, obviously. As per what Bo DeMayo has said, the people that are the higher ups that make the movies don't like the comic books. So let's be honest here. We already knew that. I could have told you that without him having to tell you that. It's like one of those. Oh, you remember the episode of 2.5 Men? Where fucking they're talking about therapy, and Berta was like, I could have told you that for free. Like, yeah, you don't have to pay people to tell us these things, guys. I can tell you that stuff for free, honestly. And our second topic, we're finally gonna be going over a lot of Marvel comic book cancellations, actually, because there have been a lot of recent Marvel comic book cancellations that we never got a chance to talk about, and I think it just only further highlights the issues that Marvel Comics is actually doing out to, you would probably say, the comic book industry. Because, when you have this many cancellations and this many people expect like books to basically abruptly end or randomly end, or at least minimum, they're going to just end at issues 10 or 12. It's like, why are you surprised if people are not investing into your comic books? And there's a lot of stuff we're going to be able to go over when it comes to that video. But I was trying to think about a way to really approach it. And I was trying to think, like, back in the day, when you think of like what Marvel Comics was, like a run on the most random character would go for like, minimum 40 issues, 50 issues. I mean, you had like What If books that had like 60 issues, honestly.
Yeah.
Like enough to make a literal omnibus out of it. That means they were running for a while, actually. You can't make an omnibus out of any of these runs. These are basically glorified, just like, you make a couple trades out of the story arcs, and that's it, honestly. So like, what is Marvel's goal at this point? Because remember that ICV2 interview that I think their marketing director or whatever was asked a question, and the interviewer asked him, hey, is there a chance that Marvel Comics will have runs that last longer than 10 issues? But what he answered back was really interesting. He said the minimum run is going to be 10 issues. The minimum run has been 10 issues recently. And that's not good. And then I remember there was another revised part of that interview because I think I read the wrong one, or maybe I read a prior year's interview. Because I remember I read a more recent one, and the guy had guaranteed that, like, no, it's going to get 20 issues minimum. But it's like, okay, so either runs are getting 10 issues or 20 issues as far as a minimum and a maximum, right? So what? 20 issues, I would say, is like nothing. It's like 4 story arcs right there in the grand scheme of things. That's like 4 trades. I just don't get what they're doing anymore. Honestly, it's just crazy to me this is even happening. So we'll get into that at some point. But I remember when I read that interview, I was like, wow, this really just does highlight the problems here.
Yeah.
Issues is a comic book run.
Well, I mean, if they want to do that, then just let people do that. But let's not like do a planned 12-issue run. Don't throw someone on there and then 10 issues into what they plan to be a 50-issue run. Just cancel them. They're obviously having a terrible problem getting any kind of good teams on these books.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they're just getting the wrong kind of creators,
they're just cheap
writing, or they're just cheap, and we're just not getting that quality of stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, stuff sprouts up. Like Ultimate Spider-Man is good, Ultimate Wolverine is still good, but still, though, it's still real hit and miss. And I don't even know
what you
what's
just
going
described
on.
is a problem there too. You described a bunch of a glorified Elseworlds initiative that they're doing. So the best stuff that we've highlighted, which is Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate Wolverine, that shit is not even main continuity shit.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, right? The best stuff we've highlighted is shit that's not even in the main universe. Isn't that ridiculous, honestly? That is actually crazy. Stuff that basically glorified, like, doesn't even count in the grand scheme of things is the best that they're putting out. And next week we'll go over this too. All that's getting canceled at around 24 issues. Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man, their best-selling book, which sells better than The Amazing Spider-Man and sold better than it toward the tail end of, like, Zeb Wells' run on Spider-Man, still sold better currently right now. And they're going to end it at 24 issues. And
now, is it ending for sure, or is there going to be the big event, and then at the end of the event,
so it ends at 24, and then they're doing Ultimate Endgame, which is a 5-issue
after Endgame, is there going to be more Ultimate Spider-Man, or do they haven't announced yet? Okay.
Yeah, but let's be honest here. There's a good chance they're going to do a new Ultimate Spider-Man #1 relaunch. 30 guys.
They love doing their relaunches.
Guys, I shit you not. I remember when Ultimate Spider-Man #1 came out, that shit had like 30 variant covers. That shit had
aside
30
from
variants.
The Ultimate and the Absolute stuff, I'm not following any regular series for Marvel and DC right now. I think, well, I am following that Wolverine Spider-Man one.
A lot of people said that was very good.
That one's been really good so far. It's 3 issues in though, and I don't think it planned. I think it's a planned miniseries. But I'm not following any kind of the main continuity books right now in DC or Marvel.
Did you read Jeremy Adams' Green Lantern run? The first
not
trade
yet. I need to find the trades, and
the first trade probably at your local comic book shop. They probably have it for like $6-7. It's very good.
I need to pick that up because you guys have been saying that one's good. I need to
just read the first trade. That doesn't convince you?
Yeah.
No reason to. I haven't read the second one yet, but the first one is one of my favorite comic books, collected edition I've read. And, oh god, it was just gave me Green Lantern gasms. Lapsed Comic Fan says gay MSK is gay. Okay. Hi Emily, how are you doing? Tony, what's up, man? I don't even care, dude. You guys watch, and that's all that really matters. It's the same thing I said when it comes to like Rumble. If people watch, they watch, and if they don't, they don't. So there's really nothing I can do about that. All I can do is just keep going. That's all I want to do. But I do know this: if I do more content on YouTube, you guys will definitely watch it and view it and have the opportunity to see it. But I'm streaming on Rumble. Oh my goodness, I'm basically buried in like. Have you ever seen that movie, The Descent? You know how deep those girls were in that cave? I'm basically even deeper in the cave than they were. I'm buried in the trenches over there. Michael, what's up, boys? How you doing, man? Anthony, what's up, buddy? MSK, wait a minute. I thought Kevin Feige was a comic book nerd. No. Well, I mean, to be fair, Bo DeMail was talking about executives he had to interact with as far as like X-Men, as far as the
But
X-Men
he's
97
talking
show.
CEO level Disney people.
I mean, Kevin Feige
oversee.
probably isn't comic book nerd. I'll be honest here. He may have read some, the like one issues off every now and again, because like the people that they hire in the movies don't. But I mean, that'd be crazy if he hasn't really read comic books and hired people to do stuff based off comic book properties that he's not really that knowledgeable on. That'd be insane. That would be crazy. But be honest here, I wouldn't put it past it. Anthony says, MSK, I think the physical comics might be getting canceled, but they're moving purely to digital because not a lot of people go into comic book stores anymore. Well, it just depends on your local area. Like my state, there's a huge comic book presence because the state is, well, obviously, it's massive. The state is just massive. So certain presences in certain places matters, right? So if you're in some backwater town in Tennessee, pretty sure your comic book presence there is pretty limited, right? But if you're in a place like, Utah, but like Washington, California, these are big states. So the comic book presence there is big, but the problem here is, they have digital, and I've never even understood that with Marvel sometimes. Like, if you're going to cancel the book, why does it have to be canceled just physically? Why can't you just keep doing it digitally? It has to be cheaper to do it digitally, right? I mean, they have an app, right, that they're charging. How much do they charge for the Marvel app? Like, what,
I want to
$7.99,
say it's like $10 or something like that.
Because do you know what I think was supposed to be the end goal for them? Was that they make the app and everyone just reads comic books on their phone or tablet or their computer, right? And then they could use that money to essentially, I would hope in the good graces, pay creators more, but it didn't happen, because that app right there should be just guaranteed money, right? Just guaranteed money. Someone subscribed, and when people subscribe to these things, they forget, right? They just forget they even have it. Well, what's crazy is people having a digital subscription tier and then still buying physical books. That's crazy. Now I'm one of the other. I am a physical book guy, honestly. I have read some stuff. I used to read a lot of stuff digitally on the 7C sites when new manga chapters would drop. But I also back in the day bought the Shonen Jump books too, so
DC used to have an app, but now they do everything through Global Comics. And so all their stuff's available through that app. And that app's like $6 a month.
Yeah, because DC still has, I think DC still has theirs, because I signed up for it like a few days ago just to see what it was. I know Dark Horse Comics got rid of theirs. They literally just got rid of their digital app.
Yeah, Dark Horse is on Global Comics too.
Yeah, because they're like, wait, why have our own? We could just have them do it.
Yeah, they're only dropping graphic novels. Like, so when DC drops a graphic novel, it shows up on Global Comics, kind of deal.
So like they would have Absolute Batman 6 issues.
I believe so. Yeah, I haven't checked it in a bit. And they also have like Image and IDW. It's like all the Transformer graphic novels are on there.
Yeah,
the GI Joe ones, all that stuff.
I wonder what else is. Image doesn't really have a digital kind of front. I mean, they kind of have it on their website.
They're on Global also, so
yeah, like they kind of have some of it on their website. I think a big problem with some of these other guys like Image and Dark Horse, you go to their websites, that shit looks so jank.
It costs money to have a decent one.
Yeah,
and not enough people go to them or care about them to really make it work. It's just easier to put all your stuff on like a established one like Global Comics and then just not worry about it.
Why have they not featured your book yet?
Oh, because I have a small fry who will,
They featured Vaughn, Vaughn Coleman, the person we had on the show before. They featured Vaughn, like they featured the white man, but not the black guy. Just we're catching on. Just putting it out here. We're catching on, man. Anthony says, MSK question. I thought it's usually the comic book writer that decides how. No. I mean, there's a lot of, to be honest, there's a lot of different factors that goes into that. So from back in the day, it was different, but from what I know, it's just basically you have a lead editor and that person gets told bullshit from someone else, and the person above says, hey, this book's not selling very well, cancel. I'm just kidding. I imagine that's not how it goes. But the only thing that I know that happens with books is you have a team editor. So you have a team of editors. You have a lead editor. You have the writer. And you have the artist and everything. Because back in the day, didn't you have to submit what were they called? Like back in the day, Marvel and DC used to take people's submissions. They used to send in art to the mail. You had to have an agent and everything back in the day. That doesn't happen now.
Yeah.
But it has to be based off of low sales. I know that is one indicator of why a book will get canceled. Low sales. And to be fair, credit to the comic book industry and the people that sell the books, like the comic stores, that makes sense. If it's not selling, get rid of it, right? But then you could also apply this level of logic too. There's a bunch of shit out there that shouldn't be there. That doesn't sell at all. And it doesn't sell because even if you were to subscribe to ICV2 and look down past 50, because for free, you get to look at the top 50 selling books, but they actually have top 100 selling books, actually. There's actually 100 on their website, but you only get to see the first 50 free, right? So if it's not in the top 100, I would get rid of it too. But it's so weird when that's an indicator for Marvel Comics or DC when we know they've kept out shitty books forever that should have been canceled. No one reads Miles Morales comic books. Why is that book an ongoing, and why the hell is it that shit has to be on 50 issues at this point. Who do you know talks about Miles Morales comic books? That is just going constantly, Because I was going to say, hey, I'm in the industry, so I know all the... No, I'm not in the industry at all. All I know is that they have editors and a lead editor for the whole thing, and artists and writers.
It's like the Miss Marvel. They just, it doesn't matter how much people don't care about her. Marvel pushes her. And it's the same thing with Miles Morales. The only time people care about Miles Morales is on the Spider-Verse movies.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been popular on any
Those
other
don't
platform.
Translate to Miles Morales comic books getting a bump in sales.
No,
crazy.
No.
Superman did. When James Gunn Superman movie came out, you saw a bunch of people online talking about, hey, I'm gonna go read also Superman. I'm gonna go read this Superman comic. When those Miles Morales Spider-Man movies came out, those animated ones, those didn't bump Miles Morales comic book sales.
Because Marvel wasn't advertising every time you saw Superman, they connected a comic book to it. That's the entire DCU ad campaign for both Superman and Supergirl. Every time you see an ad at the end of it, it's check out these Superman comics or check out this Supergirl comic.
There, yeah.
Yeah. They didn't do that with Miles Morales. Marvel.
You do none of their books.
Marvel has this weird thing where they don't like doing any kind of cross promotion. They don't they didn't offer comic books with the movies. They didn't offer discounts for comic books if you brought in your movie stub. They didn't do anything like that to try to bridge the gap and energize the comic books. And it's really kind of just a massively missed opportunity. I still don't know why they refused to do that.
Do you remember that video we did before the Fantastic Four First Steps came out, where they were going to do that Fantastic Four prequel comic book?
Yeah.
No promotion of that. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing on that.
Nothing. Such empty bullshit from this company constantly. People always MSK. Why are you always shitting on Marvel? Because they do stupid things. If they didn't do stupid things or enough stupid things like DC did, I wouldn't shit on them. Do you guys see me shitting on DC? I actually praise DC. Not because we're super... I kind of, you would say throughout my life, likes DC more. I like them both. I'm not bi. I'm not gay, obviously. I like women. I'm straight, obviously. But, DC, if we're looking at DC, well, we'll have to do a video about this next week. DC recently has been trying their absolute hardest to get people back into reading books. Compact comics, manga size, full run for popular characters. $10. Or not even popular characters, just you can basically get into a character at $10 for a story arc. That's a full run. $10.
Yeah, really. Yeah, and they're selling really well. They're in dollar stores. They're starting to show up at Walmarts and Targets.
Yeah. They announced the Dollar Tree collaboration, so they're putting comic books back where people could see them, because my thing with comic books was always like, you have to put it in someone's face. If they do not see it, the average person is like this. It doesn't exist. So when they had that collaboration with Dollar Tree, that is amazing. That is, people say, but those books are going to be woke. I don't care if they're woke. I literally do not give a flying fuck. It exists in front of someone. That's all that matters. That little kid that's at a Dollar Tree because their mom's broke as fuck, probably on SNAP benefits, EBT, Shaniqua, ugly ass bitch, kid ass, like, hey mom, I want to get a Batman book. It's $1.99. That Batman book, he reads it, might make him a comic book fan for his entire life when he gets older, and he can have some money. He can spend money on these books. All that matters. All that matters in general.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is nonsense. Oh,
you got to recapture the kids. You know, the kids were lost. They ignored 2 generations of children, and now it's costing them.
Yeah, because there's no like pipeline of people coming
that's why
up.
manga's kicking their ass. I mean, well, there are other reasons too. There's quality, storyline, stuff on those lines. But another big reason is that Marvel DC disappeared from in front of kids' faces for 2 generations worth of young readers, and it's cost them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, another thing that DC did very well, which is they kind of, I won't say, they restructured and got a new line of collected editions out there. So, like with the Compact Comics, they did the DC's Finest books, which are essentially, they cost the same amount of money as a Marvel Epic Collection, but they're just a jumping on point for a character's story arc at random. I don't agree with that. I think they should have just started from the very beginning, but that's my only little nitpick of that. That's been selling very well. DC's Finest books sell a lot. Well, they've announced constantly more of them progressively. So, like, they made a shot at competing with manga. Price point as good. It jumping on point. Awesome. Got their books back in the dollar stores. Awesome. And they have a new, better way of collecting older stories in a collected edition format. Awesome. DC wins out on all those. Do you know what Marvel? If I told you guys the bullshit Marvel did, what did Marvel do with their compact comic books? Not only do they charge more, they're $15, not $10. The book sizes are not the same, so it's not like a manga size technically. It's tall. It's even taller than the compact comic books. The material on the front of the book and the back of the book don't feel the same. The material's definitely, it feels cheaper, weirder, fuzzier, honestly. They started with 4 books. DC started with like 8. Okay. Marvel started with, you had Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther run, or part of it. And then you had Winter Soldier, Civil War, and then you had Fantastic Four, Jonathan Hickman's run. I also Daredevil Born Again. You know, I love me some Daredevil. I love me some Jonathan Hickman. Sometimes he can write some absolute bullshit. Sometimes you need to be Marvel. You need to bring a little bit more than Winter Soldier and Born Again. Just a little bit. A little bit more than that. But it's just little things like that. And they didn't even advertise their pre collection. DC put out a ad, like a legitimate ad for Compact Comics. Marvel did not. Marvel literally just saw DC banking those Compact Comic books. And they went, oh, we can just literally just copy what they did, and you would just make money. I don't even care if you copied it. Just do it. No, we must charge more money. We must charge more money, and we must have a different size format book. Kill me, please. Stories started with aren't bad, but it's like you need a bigger variety selection.
You should come out of the gates swinging, and it should have been like more of a 10-book release. I would have copied the DC format almost identically. Except for I would have done it probably different cover designs or something along those lines. I was just telling a comic creator this the other day. It's almost like Marvel is just not trying as hard. They're just kind of like,
they're just coasting.
Yeah, they feel like they're coasting. DC feels like all hands on deck. We've got to get people out there. Let's get them energized. Marvel's just kind of like, whatever.
The only person doing it is J. Scott Campbell. He's like the only person that I see religiously trying to get people interested in his variant covers. Remember how they had the
Well, that's because
28?
Marvel pays him those big bucks. I mean,
He actually does get paid a lot of money.
He's probably making over $1 million when you add up all those covers together. Like, I mean,
Remember the
Marvel's
whole thing,
shelling
the
out some
28
money
days
for
of
those.
the 28 days of J. Scott Campbell to do the whole 28 years that movie that came out. MSK, you have the worst rakes on what rakes? What?
No, takes.
No, that's a lapse L actually. Oh goodness gracious. No, like with Scott Snyder, when it comes to Absolute Batman, you see him hyping up people with Absolute Batman, talking to people, promoting it constantly. Even though it feels like he said he has like imposter syndrome, I feel like this has made him come out of his shell a lot more because he looks like he's a pretty reserved guy, honestly. But like he's hyping people like, hey, no, Absolute Batman. People are like, is Absolute Batman gonna get canceled? So he's like, no, as long as you keep buying it, it won't get canceled. See right there,
he's got like a
you
50
give them reassurance.
He's got a 50-book run plan on that one. He said, like,
He said he's what 35 issues deep so far. Fucking crazy.
On Absolute Batman?
I think he said 35, right? I think I could be wrong.
I'm not sure.
He said they scripted all the way up to like issue 35 so far.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think he was.
But even just that, he gives you the reassurance this isn't going to get canceled in 10 issues. That's all people want. They want to know that it's like a TV show. Would you invest into a TV show for one season if you knew it was going to get canceled? Prior before knowing it get canceled.
Well, yeah, it's like watching a Netflix series. You get an awesome series and it doesn't make enough money or whatever Netflix does, and then they cancel it. I don't know how many good series Netflix has canceled, like season 2, and you're just like, what? No, they left on a cliffhanger, you sons of bitches.
Oh, they gotta bring back the best show, Jupiter's Legacy. That show is. I love me some Mark Miller, but damn, that show is trash.
That show was.
I know he
terrible.
He should never defend that show. That show was awful. Good lord. Yeah, right here. Really, really simple. Before we get into the topics, really simple. Laps, do you want to make love to me? All right, so this person just asked, how many issues of Absolute Batman are you able to write at this time? He said it's an ongoing, so we have no end in sight as long as you keep buying. But we've plotted out through issue 35 or so far. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Mr. Brady said, just read volume 1 of Absolute Batman. Incredible story, completely unique. And Dragota's art is best yet. Yeah. I would say for people that, if you haven't got a chance to read the first 6 issues of Absolute Batman, you can buy them right now in hardcover or trade. And I definitely vouch for Absolute Batman. I think it's good. I think it's entertaining. I think you guys will enjoy it, honestly. Oh my God. So it just depends. So, wait, are you and Laps doing another show together?
We might be, yeah.
I have to come in and crash the party. I gotta come in.
I mean, you can come into the chat, and we'll just ignore it.
Are you guys relegating me to the chat? Oh my God! It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. The only weird bullshit with Absolute Batman, you remember how you read issue 2, remember?
Yeah.
You remember issue 2 where he's running from these people and then Alfred somehow finds himself in that dumpster truck Batmobile? It's like,
oh yeah.
That's where it got really stupid. It's like, oh, Alfred is supposed to be this like spy dude and he knows the places and everything. How did you not know you were walking into a dumpster truck Batmobile? Like, what? But, people like that shit. People like that crazy, wacky shit that goes on.
Are you caught up on it? Are you up to issue 10?
I read issue 7 was the last one. So I'm like 3 issues behind.
I read up to issue 10 with up to the Bane fight, and it was, it's pretty wild. It's awesome, though.
Good Lord. Why can't I ever have anything I want in life, All right. So, is there anything else you want to go over? Any other books?
Let's hit those topics.
Topics? We're here for topics.
We're here for topics. Let's do this.
We're here for
2-minute drill. No break.
No drills. All breaks.
No.
Oh, okay. We have to go over this on Monday because it's young women can't stop having orgasms and doctors can't figure out why. I thought it was because of me.
Good for them. Tell them to watch this show if they want to stop.
Are you saying I make women dry? I think you just said I made women dry.
I bet the show does.
Wow. Wow. All right. Give me literally 1 second.
I'm gonna grab something to drink.
Huh. Warren's leaving me. That's how it works, guys.
I'm not. I can still hear you. I'm just coming over my mini.
Oh my god. It's okay. Don't worry, guys. I know you guys are probably wondering, where are the episodes of Comic Book Market Watch? Well,
That's exactly what they're wondering.
I will be getting to them very, very soon. I know I'm behind, but I'm going to get to them, and I'm going to knock them all out to the point where we will be doing it as a weekly thing when, the week starts up. I know I'm behind. I know, but I will definitely get to it. Literally give me 1 sec. What in the No, I don't want Legends of the DC Universe. I don't want that. I want to show you guys just one thing. Because Amazing Spider-Man would be under the A's, I think. Because I got my pull list from mycomicshop.com, all secured. And this was the cover that I got for the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 8. Looks pretty good, right?
Oh, nice.
It's either between that or this, which I'm pretty sure this sold out on our website, or just a, glossy variant of that. And that was the main variant. Yes, Peter thrown into a crater. I love it. All right, you ready for some fun? Some good old-fashioned fun. All right, let's get it on. No, that was Marvin Gaye, but I'm straight. You'll call me MSK straight, right?
MSK gay.
Why do I keep you guys around? Spare parts, obviously. So, I am going to make sure you guys are so entertained, your eyes explode.
Let's do this.
Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about more TMNT comic books coming out. So the previous video that we did talking about, the Jason Aaron TMNT run ending around 13 issues, we also pretty much gave our perspective on what we thought about the shows and the movies. And, Lunchbox Warren, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm dying inside. Oh my God.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. No shit.
I need one shot, one opportunity. You cannot miss a chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
What do you talk? Why did you stop? You were doing so well.
I saw a Dr. Pepper ad.
No, you didn't.
I wish. I saw an ad for OnlyFans. But no, I might retire from OnlyFans, actually. I think I'm just going to give up sex. Sex is gross.
Porn's free, right? There's like
That's
free
true.
spots.
Yeah, I never actually subscribed to OnlyFans. People think I have. People like, MSK, you definitely subscribe to OnlyFans chicks. I never have. I literally never have. Will I prove it to you guys? Nope, because I like lying to you. That's how it works around here. This lady just randomly messaged me to tell me that something happened to her, and I was like, "Are you okay?" I don't get women, actually. I literally don't get them. Oh my God, that girl is like extra pregnant. Good Lord. All right, let's have some fun. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books coming out. So in our previous video talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we pretty much go over our opinions on several of the animated series for the franchise, those really, really, really awful Michael Bay produced live action movies that also were produced by Nickelodeon around the 2013, 2016 timeframe. Warren watched the original live action movie. I've never watched that. I had the pleasure, or I would say displeasure, of watching the Nickelodeon Michael Bay produced ones in the mid 2010s, obviously. So we also went over that, Jason Aaron's current run on TMNT is ending, actually. I think his last issue will be issue number 12. So they're bringing on a new creative team with issue 13. And then Warren, literally after the video's over, he's like, wasn't there more TMNT news to go over? And I was like, he's right. He's right. He basically pulled me back in. Back in. Also, what I've noticed with TMNT is IDW has been really just pushing them out for crossovers. I mean, we had the Naruto TMNT crossover. We had the Masters of the Universe TMNT.
Well, I don't know if it's still true, but Turtles were their most popular property. So essentially, it's like that was the only thing really successful going on in IDW. So they just pretty much started teaming up Turtles with everybody.
Oh, Power Rangers.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's crazy. How would that even work? Like, what the fuck?
It was like a 5-issue series or something like that. Turtles and Stranger Things.
And if you guys are into Power Rangers, and more specifically the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, TMNT have had, at this point now, 3 crossovers with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I think the third one, I don't know if it recently just started or it's going to start very soon. That's going to happen, obviously. So if you were a fan of those crossovers, there's another one of that happening. Yeah, it feels like for some of these companies like IDW, their best seller is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Why is Sonic not their best seller? Like, Sonic, if they can't sell you Sonic, they must have tarnished that brand. That's bad.
Well, I mean, they just did the Sonic Justice League crossover.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that did. You think with the movies, the books would be picking up, but I haven't read Sonic in a while, so I'm not sure. I know IDW's doing a lot of Godzilla stuff too.
A lot of Godzilla stuff, yeah. Godzilla also gets to be crossed over with a bunch of people too. I mean, we just had Godzilla versus insert popular Marvel character.
Well, yeah, I've got Godzilla versus the Hulk, Godzilla versus Thor, a couple issues of Godzilla versus the Avengers.
Yeah, Godzilla versus X-Men.
Yeah. I also had a 5-issue run of Ultron and the Avengers, and they team up to fight Galactus. I got to see Ultron ninja fighting Galactus. You use it like.
And then
I'm not Ultron. I'm sorry, Ultraman.
Oh, then you also had another crazy, wacky idea IDW did with Godzilla. Godzilla kills the Marvel.
Oh yeah, that one is. That one's getting ready to start or has started.
How many times is someone going to kill the Marvel Universe? Deadpool, Punisher, Predator is going to do it. Godzilla can do it. At this point, Squirrel Girl kills the Marvel Universe is going to end up happening. Holy shit. But if you guys are interested in TMNT comic books and you like a bunch of them coming out, now, I'll be honest here. I don't know if one of these will sell very well as compared to the other two. But we had some recent announcements. And we're going to start with this one. Fan favorite TMNT character finally getting solo series after 30-year wait. So give me 1 second here. Let me make sure this is a little bit more bigger. Sorry about that. I am working with a new PC, so like font size and everything gets to be a little funky sometimes. I do apologize for that because typically I'm like, hot, rich, and good looking. All this computer nurtured is for you guys because you're a bunch of clout chasing bastards. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans have plenty to look forward to as the year unfolds, especially with the announcement of IDW publishing latest series. Not only is the TMNT universe getting even bigger in just a few months, but one fan favorite character is about to take center stage in his very own solo series. Per a press release from IDW Publishing, the mainline Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe is about to get a brand new edition in the form of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Casey Jones #1, set to go on sale September 10th with an August 1st cutoff date. August 4th cutoff date for pre-orders. The upcoming series will be written by acclaimed writer Alex Packendale and feature art and colors from MSK. I'm not pronouncing any of these names. Good Lord. Why do people in comic books have the worst names to pronounce? Luis Antonio and MSK Nahulpan? What are these names? God. But here is, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Casey Jones #1. Is this something that you would be interested in, or you're like, meh?
If I would pick it up and look at the interior art, and if I like the interior art, I would go with it.
Okay.
Because I'm a Turtles fan, so I'll go into a Casey Jones run. So yeah, I would give it a look.
The series will mark the first solo title for the beloved character in over 30 years and will pick up after Casey's recovery from being shot by the corrupt district attorney. How do you even pronounce this? Holy shit.
Hieronymus Hale.
Good Lord. Thank God for other black people who can read. CNN lied on us, dude. In the pages of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as Casey takes to his second chance at life, his loved ones have to wonder if he isn't pushing himself too hard, all while the rest of the city falls under the threat of a whole new strain of mutagen. This, plus never before seen villains, will set the stage for one of the biggest fights of Casey Jones' life. Then we have, this quote here. Obviously, these quotes are usually pretty gay, honestly. They're like, oh, I've always wanted to. You have like writers that will say, I've always wanted to do this most obscure character, not the main character. I've always wanted to be a bridesmaid and not the bride. Yep. Usually always how that goes. And then you have another statement there from IDW editor Dave. Names. You guys need better names. Stop it with these names. Stop it. Introduced back in 1985, Raphael, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Casey Jones is by far one of the Turtles' oldest and closest allies. When he made his debut, Casey Jones seemed like he was the perfect arch nemesis for Raphael to face off against, only for the two to become best friends rather than enemies. A hot-headed, provocative vigilante with a heart of gold, Casey Jones has been an indelible part of the Turtles universe for nearly the very beginning, and as such has been reimagined for almost every single iteration of the franchise to date. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Casey Jones #1 will be available September 10th from IDW Publishing. So we'll see how that turns out. We're thinking like 10 issues canceled.
I mean, it depends. Depends if it's any good. I'm not sure.
Okay, I have to ask. His mask looks a lot like Jason's from the Friday the 13th.
It was a hockey mask, pretty much.
I have to admit that had to have been inspired by those movies. Looks very identical. Just saying. Now we have another one. Finally, TMNT is giving its greatest villain the badass solo series he deserves. Shredder, the arch villain of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise, is getting his own solo series, courtesy of IDW Publishing. In a move that fans of the franchise are calling long overdue, this Shredder series is exactly the badass expansion of TMNT lore in exciting new directions that readers have been craving. Have you been craving that? You've been craving it?
Oh, yeah, every day, just waiting. When does Shredder get his own solo series? My life is complete now.
Just waiting for my wife when she shreds the cheese that'll go into my tacos that I can just eat. I love it. CBR has shared a preview for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder #1, written by Dan Waters, with art by Michelle Bandini. will follow the villain as he seeks to return to power. One of the most terrifying villains in the history of comics is back. The official synopsis reads, and more deadlier than ever. That was a pretty cool cover right there.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
This one's cool. I like this one.
Shredder's
Okay.
a badass villain.
Yeah. I loved that we got a chance to see Batman versus Shredder in that TMNT
They
Batman
did
movie.
it so well too.
Oh, that movie's so
Those
good.
two went at each other. It was so good to see that.
Oh god. And you know what's crazy? They paired Shredder up with the best Batman villain you could think of, Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah,
you
perfect.
couldn't imagine a better just villain team up. Both ninjas who are basically eco-terrorists. Oh god. Just I was having batgasms watching that movie. It's like, oh my god, it's so good. It's like we're in that time period where like, oh man, everything is sucking. So when you're watching it, you're like, I don't know. Don't let me have hope. Just like the Hawkeye scene from Avengers Endgame. Don't give me hope. And that movie was just so damn good. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch Batman versus TMNT. Very good animated movie. Shredder is the original progenital Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles enemy, their first and arguably greatest foe. The villain debuted alongside the Turtles in the very first issue of their comic, and he maintains a consistent presence in every era and incarnation of TMNT. In every medium, from comics to film and TV to video games, the character has been the focus of stories before, but IDW's new solo series promises to explore his role in TMNT lore in thrilling new ways. The official synopsis for Shredder, #1, still leaves fans with more questions than answers, but it does shed some light on what to expect when the issue releases in August. The synopsis reads, well, basically a bunch of bullshit. That's basically what these... It reads a bunch of marketing gimmick to, hey, it's going to be so amazing and epic in your ass that you'll be taking shits for weeks. That's how it goes. In other words, the series will frame Shredder as its protagonist by pitting him against other villains, including some who used to do his bidding. Yet, what that means for Shredder's overall place in IDW's Turtles canon remains to be determined for the series to reveal as it plays out. IDW's TMNT comics have dabbled with the idea of a less villainous Shredder, particularly out of costume in the form of his alter ego, Oroku Saki. The question at the top of many fans' minds is whether the character's upcoming solo adventure will find him reclaiming his status as the franchise's top villain or continuing on a redemption arc of sorts. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people that are going to read this don't really want that. And personally, they just want a straight villain. You know? I don't know what they be trying to achieve with trying to redeem Shredder. You know?
Well, in the IDW series of Shredder, well, spoilers, Shredder eventually gets killed fighting Splinter. And then he goes through a whole series that I have the issues of where he's fighting his way back from hell. So the character has gone through a bit of a story arc or a massive story arc and changes. So it could be interesting to see where they're going with him. I'd like to see him reclaim his spot as a top villain just because he's kind of like the Joker to Batman. I don't want to see a reformed Joker running around teaming up with Batman. I want to see villain. Right. But it'll be interesting to see where that goes with this. And I'm a big Turtles fan, so I'll probably pick up at least the first issue of this one too.
Oh God, this will definitely be going more than 10 issues. Oh, I don't know, because I don't know if they announced this as a mini series or an ongoing. I think.
Is the plan just to prep him to go back into the regular series? So that might just be very limited to 5 issues just to get him ready.
Imagine that. Both these series that they're hyping up, they're just 5 issues. Okay. God damn it.
Enough for a graphic novel.
That's just enough for just a single trade. Oh my God. Fucking hell. There is merit to both possibilities. TMNT's more complex portrayal of Shredder has garnered a positive reception, but at the same time, Shredder is regarded as one of the most iconic villains in comic book history. So it's hard to imagine the character never returning to his roots and threatening the Turtles once more. Whatever its endgame might be, though, it seems the series will give fans a version of Shredder they can root for, at least at first. Author Dan Waters has experience writing both villains and heroes, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles readers should anticipate the new Shredder series will be a daring mix of both. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder number 1 will be available August 27th, 2025 from IDW Publishing. So, pretty sure this is going to be one of the best-selling books of this month coming up. Just calling it right now. It's about to be one of the best-selling books. Here's the last one. Are you basically third time's the charm? The icing on the cake for TMNT news right here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles announces an epic crossover 70 years in the making. Well, that was an 8 movie, I think.
This was the movie poster from the original first. When was it? It was 1989.
Good Lord.
Or 91 movie, somewhere around that area. And if you haven't watched it, it holds up. It's it's like the Mount Rushmore of comic movies, in my opinion. Like, it is so well done, that first movie. You really should get a chance if you get a chance to watch it.
So, let's have some fun. Are you ready to cowabunga? No, I can't. I try to be cool. I try to be hip and cool. Honestly, it was so cool seeing Alfred interact with them and they're like, I want food. I want pizza. They wanted pizza. He was trying to actually cook them a legitimate dinner. Insane. Literally insane. Finally, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are meeting Godzilla in a genuinely epic crossover 7 decades in the making. Godzilla has become one of the most exciting characters in comics over the past year, and the King of Monsters run with the Ninja Turtles is the latest and possibly greatest mixture of iconic properties to hit comic book shelves. Yeah, there's been a lot of crossovers recently. And I'm just going to point it out to you guys. This is all out of pure desperation, okay? These people weren't even willing to cross over years ago until shit literally hit the fan, honestly. Who knows if IDW is going to be even around 5 years from now when you guys even see this video? Who even knows, honestly? But they're just going to go all out. They're going to go, hey, let's throw all of our money at the wall on green Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Crazy. As revealed at San Diego Comic-Con 2025, IDW Publishing officially announced TMNT X Godzilla, written by Tim Seeley, with art by Pharrell P, set to be released this November. If you guys remember Tim Seeley, he wrote on Nightwing for DC Rebirth back in the day, too. Just another thing that he has done. If you guys remember that. IDW revealed teaser images at their TMNT panel, hyping their crossover as one of the most highly anticipated in pop culture history. Wouldn't he just fry them? Like, if he just stepped on them, when they just die.
Well, I want to see them, Donatello, make a giant turtleneck that all 4 of them have to pilot to fight Godzilla.
God, that looks pretty cool, honestly. That looks great.
It's cool looking art. So with the promo,
the announcement reveals that the Foot Clan's original purpose in being created was to protect Japan from kaiju monsters. The Foot Clan wanted to, whatever. Brain will not accept this tonight. It's fine. I will not go off on people.
Breathe.
But not only are the Foot Clan ill-prepared when Godzilla returns, just to point out here, if Godzilla was an actual thing, all of us would be crying on the streets because he would murder us all. I would imagine the regular world is ill-prepared for giant fucking 80-foot tall basically 80-foot tall walking fire-breathing lizards. I think the world is pretty ill-prepared for that. Just saying, actually. Shredder may be behind the attacks. Maybe. The Turtles travel to Japan to investigate Shredder's latest scheme, but they must also contend with a nearly 400-foot tall King of the Monsters. It's also surprising to think that there has never been a crossover between the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Godzilla when both properties have been so iconic over the years. Many readers will profess to both names being staples of their childhood. Yet at no point, either on screen or on panel, had the two joined forces. It's not like the prospects hasn't sprung. Sorry, it's not like the prospect hasn't sprung to mind in the past, as it was last year that writer Jason Aaron called this a crossover that needed to happen. Thankfully, it looks like IDW finally listened and is giving the book an all-star creative team. Seeley writes for IDW's top-selling Godzilla series, while P drew the 2023 TMNT X Stranger Things series. Wow, that's crazy. You're right. They did have a TMNT Stranger Things. Weird. So weird. Good lord. The crossover particularly comes with high expectations for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fandom, as TMNT is well known for their on-screen and on-panel crossovers. Some of the best TMNT crossovers have happened in recent memory, as the Turtles continue to make friends out of the likes of Power Rangers, Naruto, and He-Man. As a new addition to TMNT's crossover canon, fans immediately have high expectations for this Godzilla confrontation. But if anyone can meet those expectations, it's a creative team filled with devoted fans of both. Anything can happen when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meet Godzilla, and it will be a must-read. Anyone calling themselves a fan of both. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Godzilla #1 will be available November 12th, 2025 from IDW Publishing. So that concludes all of the TMNT announcements that we didn't get to in the prior video. So to recap really quickly, we have Casey Jones, the longtime friend of the Turtles, getting a solo series, and the longtime villain of the Turtles getting his own solo series. And then another crossover with the Turtles announced, TMNT X Godzilla. But I will get Warren's opinions on these. What are you thinking? You getting just turtle goodness over here?
I'm excited. Bring it on. I love the turtle goodness, so I'll read it, and hopefully the Godzilla one's fun. It just sounds like it. I like to see a complex take on Shredder and see how this Casey Jones goes. Yeah, so I'm down for all three of them. I don't know how well they're going to do though, because I'm a Turtles fan, so I'll buy them.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure how well they'll do overall.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think the crossover will do very well because those usually typically sell very well. I think the Shredder one will sell very well. It's pretty much the Casey Jones ones that it's like, okay, I could see this one getting canceled in like 10 issues anyway. But yeah, if you guys are huge fans of TMNT, you get all these books coming out for you, as well as a new creative team on the mainline book. And hopefully, maybe you guys will get a new animated movie that is going to be a sequel to the one that came out in 2023. I think that came out 2024 last year. Somewhere around these last few years, we had an animated movie that came out. It was like Seth Rogen made it.
Yeah, Seth Rogen wrote it with his team, and it had the really weird animation style.
Oh, that animation was
a fun movie, but I didn't.
Oh, that animation was ugly. That was
it wasn't made for adults. That was made with kids in mind. But I did like the voice actor
Black April
for the Turtles. Yeah, that was just.
And then she was black in the Naruto crossover. It's like, I can't get away from this. At
least she was hot in the Naruto crossover.
Yeah, in that movie she was just ugly and fat. Fucking hell. So yeah, these are interesting. Definitely will try out the Shredder one. The crossover one with Godzilla seems pretty fun. I could go pretty much waiting to the trades for the Casey Jones one, honestly. But yeah, I'll definitely be taking out my wife to the comic book shop to buy these. Because that's where you take girls on dates. Did you go to the comic book shop? Not to Burger King.
Up.
Not
Popeyes
to McDonald's.
Right afterwards.
Starbucks. Gotta go to Starbucks in the comic book shop. That's how you know her butthole is gonna be like a sewer when it shoots out shit after she gets done with you. Holy shit. God. Could you imagine that? Just, hey, honey, what do you like? I think comic books are for nerds. All right. You just walk outside and you get in your car and you drive on as fast as possible. Never see her again. Because like girls will be like, well, are you gonna go read your little comic books? It's like, all right, we're done. We're done. No need to entertain us anymore. But yes, that will cover the remainder of the TMNT comic books coming out. Also, keep in mind, guys, Mighty Morphin TMNT 3 is also coming out as well. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live in your butthole. I'm joking, guys. I'm literally joking. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye. Peace. Wow.
Right into the next topic. Let's do this.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Work.
Let's do this.
Michael said massive L. Oh, God. Would you believe I've had to set it up? Would you believe? Oh, the Sasuke sisters put me on their favorite to follow. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
God, they always put me there.
Good night, Michael.
Bye, Michael. Have a good night, dude. I'll probably be playing Master Duel when you're asleep again. He was like, this guy only plays Yu-Gi-Oh when I'm asleep. Yep, I'm playing it tonight. I need to get this deck done, honestly. All right, let's get into the next topic here in just a moment. And let's get into it. It's going to be a big one, guys. Okay. It's going to be kind of a long-winded one. I'm going to try and condense it. I'm old, as you guys know. Okay. So that was published 21st of June. Last updated June. Okay, that's not bad. This one's okay. 2 months ago, so that's June period. Let me unzoom that out. Make sure we have it right. Let me make sure I unzoom this. Wait, this is right. This one is fine, actually. Don't worry, Warren. I'm doing it. I got it coming for you. I'm gonna cry. All these freaking ads, man. I hate them. I need ad blocker, but I'm too lazy to install it, honestly. More ads. Thank you, website. Thank you. Just ads. Yeah, I love it. All right. I'm going to preview this on the show really quickly to see if the font's good. Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah.
Better? Probably better.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. This one, that's the Reddit one we have to go over. Let's go this. Okay. I need light mode on that one. Holy fuck. Oh, this is not my real name here, people, so don't worry about that. Oh, light mode. Okay. That's a little bit. I could not see that dark mode bullshit. God, I hate dark mode. Oh God. Maybe I need dark mode. Jesus Christ, I should have light. God. Wait, which one? Dark mode or light mode?
Dark mode.
Oh no, you're a dark mode enjoyer. Oh no.
Everything's dark mode on my computer.
Oh no. Gosh. Okay, that font's better. Okay, we have this all ready because I got an intro in my bullshit. Right here, and then we have this one. That's microscopic. Holy fuck. Let me see it. Okay, hold on a second. I'll make it 200. Probably have all of them at standard size 200 at this point. Good lord. Font meddling. We'll love it. All right. It's time to just go so unbelievably hard that my brain can't even imagine another world, honestly. What in the world? Women are weird, dude.
Yeah.
I don't trust them anymore. Like, do you know those girls on Facebook that'll post like these these like weird paragraphs that go like, if you love me, I'll love you, but if you always those weird, cringy, long posts that mean like absolutely nothing. Huh. God. So let's have some fun. Going straight in, no break.
Let's do this.
Told you guys I was ready for tonight. I need a. Okay, hold on. I drank all my Sprite. Crazy. Oh yeah, I got paid today, guys, and I got a chance to go to the store yet, and I'm going to the store tomorrow. I have to. Oh God, I am tired. Holy fuck. Tired. Old and black. That's how it works here. And we're going to be kicking this off with a banger. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about a lot of the recent Marvel comic book cancellations. So for those of you guys who are a lot older than me that have been basically collecting and reading comics for your entire life, you would probably remember that Marvel Comics would essentially have a run of a character go for, at the very minimum, when you go back and look at like what's actually the contents of collected editions, some runs for characters, even if they're not even popular, they're just like kind of C tier, D tier, runs would go for like 30, 40, 50 issues minimum. I mean, even What If literally has omnibuses. Shit goes like almost 100 issues, right? But nowadays, because fast forward, we're in the 2025 era of Marvel comic books. Books literally cannot even get to like 10 issues or even 8 issues. I've seen books canceled at 8, actually. And then we had that interview with, I think, the marketing director of Marvel Comics. He had that interview with ICV2, and the interviewer asked him, like, hey, are we going to get longer comic book runs from Marvel? And he was like, you know what? 20 issues minimum. I remember it was 20 issues minimum that the guy said. But it hasn't been the case. Because what he also said in that interview, if I can remember correctly, was that they were going to assess the market to see if getting to 20 issues is feasible, right? Because there's a lot to really break down here as to why a book will get canceled. So the number one reason, obviously business-wise, is low sales. If the comic book shops don't order it, and it's just less and less shops ordering, that's why the book would get canceled. But Marvel themselves contribute to that. You guys know what Marvel Comics do? They'll announce a new number 1 for a character. Bunch of variants. Then that story is usually not very good by what I've been reading about a lot of these shit about Marvel. Then stores order less of the book because for those of you guys who don't know this, in comic book terminology, number 1 sell very well. The other issues, you have to basically do a really good job at basically keeping them consistently good to keep the sales up, right? So you're definitely going to have a drop off between, issues 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that would automatically apply to a writing quality to keep your book alive, right? So these books get to be around issue 8. And then when you're doing your solicitations, like people do their solicitations videos to see like what books are going to buy to review and everything. Comic book shops definitely get the preview catalogs before we do, so they see what's coming up. Because we get like even advanced solicitations from these companies now. And you know what's crazy? You don't see a lot of these books there anymore. They're just they're just quietly canceled. A lot of them just quietly canceled. They don't give reasons. When they do give reasons, it's awful. If you guys read what Tom Brevoort says about books getting canceled, I'm not kidding you. You will want to go head first off a bridge. Like just jumping out. It's literally some of the stupidest shit I've ever read in my entire life. And you have to wonder to yourself, how is this person in charge? They say stupid things like, well, it's not because Peter and MJ are together that's the reason why Ultimate Spider-Man's selling better. Even though that's the main reason that everyone cites that they like the book. No, but that's not the reason, guys. It's selling better than the Amazing Spider-Man because it just is. And that's the caveat of life. just is stuff most of the time. There's always going to be a reason behind it, right? And just for you guys as people, how do you have faith in Marvel as a brand when you buy a book and you know it's getting canceled 10 issues in? People don't even like when TV shows get canceled when they're watching them midway through. Do you know typically when you watch TV, dude, you have all these new shows that come out midway through season 1. The network announces, oh, it's been canceled. Would you have watched that show if you knew it was going to get canceled midway through? Probably not. That's an investment of your time. In the comic books, it's an investment of time to go to the shop and get them if you order them online, and money, right? All these books coming out, getting canceled at 10 issues. How does your customer supposed to have faith you can do anything? They do From the Asshole, a new butt plug. Their X-Men initiative. Bunch of those books are canceled. A very popular crossover book just got canceled. How are you supposed to have faith in these people? I know it's going to be a different video. There has to be a different video based off the contents of what it's entailing in that video. They're going to cancel Ultimate Spider-Man, their best-selling book, at 24 issues. So even when something is a bestseller, they get rid of it. What are they doing? Then they'll just relaunch a character with a new number 1 with the same creative team. Let's use Scarlet Witch, for example. Scarlet Witch runs 10 issues. Canceled. 5 issues. Then it's Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Canceled. Then it's Scarlet Witch and Vision. Canceled. Then it's just Scarlet Witch. Canceled. Then it's just Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange. Canceled. The same guy has done it. Steve Orlando has done this constantly. It's not his fault. He's just getting money. It is what it is. But it's just, that's their gimmick. They get a book to a certain point, cancel it, relaunch with a new number 1. Popular characters can't even have runs. Thor, announced to die in Al Ewing's run. He's going to be coming back. New number 1. Death means nothing. Captain America, Michael Straczynski's run. 15 issues canceled. Oh, who gives a fuck? Chip Zdarsky's run is here. Iron Man. Warren said, like reading that Iron Man run, the new one. Oh, fuck that. Cancel it 10 issues. Got less issues than Jerry Duggan's run. Jerry Duggan's run at like 24.
Yeah, I got the first 2 issues of that Chip run. I haven't read them yet.
I haven't been hearing good things at all. I've been hearing awful things, honestly. Good
I'm
Lord.
glad I spent money on it. Then.
I'm glad I spent the money. Fuck me. We need that clip with these Marvel videos. Yeah, fuck me, right? I don't know what is going on with their leadership. I know it's not the editors. I know it's not the writers. I know it's not the artist's fault, technically speaking. Just in a layman's term about it. It all comes down to the actual leaders of the comic division. What is your goal? They botched their Compact Comic initiative with their Premiere Collections. They canceled their Masterworks. Indefinite hiatus. Fuck you. I know what that means. That means just like my dad's presence in my life. Gone. 0. Nothing. They can't map omnibuses. If you guys know, you know about that. They can't map omnibuses for shit. They have to have near mint condition. I like Omar. I'm not shitting on him. They have to have his YouTube channel, his audience map books for them. They can't map them themselves. Are you serious? You can't map your own shit. You have to have a YouTube channel do it. Are you fucking serious?
It does feel like there's a bunch of people who don't give a shit in charge. Like, have no idea about comic books in charge of Marvel. And it's like, when you have the same writer and the creative team sticking around, but you keep canceling their series, to me, that's just, it's like, okay, well, we want this writer and artist to do it no matter what. So we're just going to keep throwing ideas until something hits. It's like, well, maybe it's the writer and the artist. You know, why is Marvel not forking out some bucks and getting some all-stars in there?
Or maybe just being honest with the writer and the artist. I mean, usually the artist's fine. I would say the artist is usually fine, give or take. But we've read some of these Marvel books. Have you guys read Deadpool Wolverine, WW3? That was by Joe Kelly, a known good writer. He was doing crack on that book, like hard crack, because that book sucked booty hole. You know, like it's just interesting to me that this company is in this weird of a death spiral, but it won't matter because they're just subsidized by Disney. Like I really do think them being subsidized by Disney helps them out because they know they can do basically fucking whatever and it doesn't matter because they're always going to be under Disney. You know?
Well, it might be the big difference between DC and Marvel. Like DC might feel a little bit more desperation than Marvel is because Marvel's got the mouse backing it. So they're kind of just like, well, we're just going to keep doing what we do, and then hopefully some of this stuff will start working. DC's kind of feeling like a little bit of a pressure, probably a little bit more, or whoever's in charge and making the decisions at DC or multiple people, they definitely seem to really want to fix things and how they're going. Like they definitely want to. They have a lot less fear about bringing in bigger names, and
they're haunted by Kelly Sue DeConnick. Remember, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. And guess what Tom Brevoort did earlier this year? Went on his Substack, basically told people, if you don't think the book's gonna get to 10 issues, don't buy it. Nobody in his position should ever be saying that.
Yeah,
because you want people buying the books from the stores. And the people that really get hurt, in my opinion, the people that I do genuinely feel bad for, are the stores. They have to sell Marvel's bullshit to you as far as their actual books, you know?
Well, I was talking with my comic store owner, or the store that I go to's owner, and he was telling me like he has to buy so many DC and Marvel books in order to get the good discount so he can make money when he sells them.
It's predatory for the stores
Marvel's
too.
essentially like, you have to get like 20 of our series in order to get the 50% discount that allows you to
that
make
1 in 100 variant that
these comic shops are filled with these back issues of this bullshit, and Marvel's
people said, oh, they have dollar bins. That shit wouldn't sell for a penny. Trying to sell it for $1. That's an insult to
backstock.
That's an insult to the dollar that you think you can sell it for $1. That shit is a penny worth. Because keep in mind, they have to buy those books and sell them to you for $4.99. But in a week, when they're at the store, when there's no customers and it's off day, they go in the building. They're like, oh, damn, I couldn't sell for $4.99. Dollar bin. That shit just sits there for about 10 years. No one wants that shit. Or X-Men. They can't sell X-Men anymore. X-Men titles just canceled. So, like, the only remainder X-Men titles are like Storm, Exceptional X-Men, Wolverine.
Are they still doing the Psylocke series, or they cancel that one too?
That one's probably going to be canceled very soon.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure from what I've read, it's gonna those are going to be on the chopping block. Like Wolverine will always sell. It's Wolverine. But like, do you guys think Storm's going to last in an ongoing series? Should she even have an ongoing? Why is she having an ongoing? I'm not saying it's bad or good. I haven't read it. I'm not saying that. But why is she having an ongoing?
You know they need to just do for these side characters. They need to do
ongoing
one shots or like miniseries, essentially like a graphic novel or two, like 10 issue runs, and just a beginning, middle, and end, something that adds to the lore of the character. Like they Batman, or in DC, they're doing that Batman and the Jason Todd series, and I know you don't like the artwork on it, but I'm a fan of that guy, the artist, and it's like that's the kind of stuff I want to see more from Marvel. They don't need to be doing all these weird like 5-issue continuity runs. It just doesn't make any sense. And they just start firing people and hire good people.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's also one of these things where even with X-Men, people are complaining. Your most diehard fans are now like, I'm done. There's no direction. They say the brand feels directionless. Anybody talking about One World under a butt plug? Feels like this event just came and went. They did a vampire event in spring last year, Blood Hunt. It's like, all right.
Oh, way too many events too. Way too many. It's at the point where it's confusing.
And then you have many little events in the characters' own books too. You'll have like a big event. There's like 3 little mini events in the other people's books too. It's like, that's ridiculous. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just too much shit.
Good Lord. Looks like Marvel canceled Daredevil. Guys, Daredevil can't even keep it ongoing. Damn. But what about Psylocke and Magic? Article summary. Marvel cancels Daredevil, West Coast Avengers, new champions, leaving Magic and Psylocke's fate in question. Magic stands out with strong sales, but hints suggest Magic issue number 10 could still be the series finale. Marvel often ends series at issue 10. That's not good. Despite recent promises for longer runs on new titles. Psylocke may be facing cancellation too, as her issue 10 is missing from the September solicits. Once you ever see an ongoing series missing from a solicitation, which is when they announce all the upcoming like collected editions and new books and everything for the month. Yeah, once you see it gone, it's over. Just saying. Just like when my dad left me in my life. Never see him again. He's gone.
So Marvel's doing this on purpose then. Like, this is not something where, like, sales good or bad, we're ending at 10 and restarting. And that's
it's just I don't know what it is, honestly. Even Marvel Rivals. Like, I remember like Tom Brevoort made a statement. He was like, oh, well, there's no overlap there with Marvel Rivals and the comic books. God forbid you could make it. So you just don't try. You don't give it any effort to make it work. You just, oh, well, the game's the game. The game's not popular because of the characters. It's like, are you fucking fat retard?
Well, that's not even true, because they've got Jeff the Shark #1.
I love Jeff.
Marvel Rivals Psylocke. Like, they've got multiple.
Marvel Rivals one shot just came out this week.
They're definitely trying to cash in on the popularity of Marvel Rivals.
It's so weird how they're not even cashing in on the popularity of Marvel Rivals. Makes sense. They didn't even cash in on the MCU's popularity for comic books. Makes sense. You know? Good Lord, Marvel, you're killing me tonight. Marvel Comics doesn't like to let you know when they have canceled their comic books. It just happens. Ostensibly. It's to prevent retailers from ordering less, as there may be less demand as readers ask, what's the point? But sometimes it becomes obvious, such as when titles are suddenly missing from the schedules, such as New Champions #8. It's like, who is even reading that? Who's even reading that? Random shit. Random shit that wouldn't sell regardless is getting 8 issues. That might start there more. Cut out books like that. Who reads that? Who even wants that? West Coast Avengers. So even if a title like West Coast Avengers, that can get 10 issues. West Coast Avengers issue #10 and Psylocke issue #10, all missing from the Marvel Comics September 2025 solicitations. Have they been canceled, or are they just skipping a month? Oh, Rich, you're such a moron some days. Well, the issue 10 is a notable one right now, as Marvel President Dan Buckley said that all titles would get at least 10 issues to prove themselves now. Though titles such as Weapon X were dropped in half that, still, when titles do get canceled from Marvel these days, more often than not, it is with issue 10. The solicitation details also include giveaways. New Champions ask, can they withstand one last battle? And West Coast Avengers talked about a final showdown in August solicitation. But this is the thing too. Then what really is going on with Marvel then? So Dan Buckley, the president, is like, you get 10 to prove yourself. But if books are getting not even 10 to prove themselves, then I'll be honest, then what's really the problem then? You know, like, I don't know, honestly. So Daredevil issue #25 in the September solicitations includes a listing for a finale variant cover by Aaron Cooter. Helverine is also up to issue #10 and promising the Earth's Last Stand. And then there is Magic. The comic book seems to have been selling really well in comic book shops, even though the group editor Tom Brevoort previously expressed his distaste for the character. Yes, his best-selling character he doesn't like. What a fat fucking piece of shit. In September, there's not a missed listing like Psylocke, but a listing for issue 9 and yes, issue 10. The suggestion is that they are trying to get it out of the door. It has a foreshadow logo variant cover, and the solicitation reads, to the bitter end. Oh gosh. Oh god. And that looks like crap. Who drew that? That looks like dookie. This looks good. That looks good, but that looks like crap. I would be most surprised if Magic was canceled with issue 10, but these things do happen for all manner of reasons. Once upon a time, the Fantastic Four comic was canceled at Marvel at the behest of Chairman Ike Perlmutter, who was in a boardroom conflict with 10th Century Fox, which pre-Disney buyout owned the film rights. Unlike Sony, which owned similar rights to Spider-Man, it refused to negotiate with Marvel over the use of the character. So Marvel just canceled the Fantastic Four title, and as a result, Ike Perlmutter didn't even want to see the Fantastic Four on anything. Bleeding Cool reported this in depth when asked, Tom Brevoort replied, "My denying rumors isn't likely to keep anybody who's prone to paranoia from panicking. But really, does this even seem remotely plausible to people? Does it make any sense? Folks have a very strange idea as to the way a business is run." All right, Tom, you tell us how it's run then. Tell us. Tell us, you fat piece of shit. This was all confirmed years later by Fantastic Four writer Jonathan Hickman. Turns out we had the right idea as to the way that this business was being run. At the time, Tom added, "We are publishing Fantastic Four next month. We will be publishing Fantastic Four a year from now, assuming that it is still selling well. We will be publishing Fantastic Four." Okay, so Tom was basically saying, if it sells well, it sells well. Okay, but they've canceled books selling well. So he's lying. He's just objectively lying. Well, it did sell well, but it wasn't published anymore, and not for years until Disney bought Fox. But Magic, I have no idea. It sells well. One might argue that 2 issues in 1 month are a result of good sales, and we will see Magic issue 11 solicited for October. But then we have a strange idea as to how a business is run. And of course, what is written in solicitations is not always reflected in the comics. When asked about why Eagle the Living Planet didn't appear in Phoenix 11 as solicited, writer Stephanie Phillips replied on social media, "That did appear in solicits, but I think it was a mistake. Maybe a mix-up with something else. Really not sure. I didn't write the solicitations or have any control over them, but I'm not sure. But I'm sure it was just someone judging too many solicits at once. Bound to happen. So be careful out there." So even the writers don't even know what's going to even be in this shit anymore. Just look at all that bullshit. Tom Brevoort saying bullshit. Jonathan Hickman's basically saying, "Hey, this is the dog-eat-dog world in this comic business." Wait until Sig and Joe becomes a ongoing series at Marvel Comics. So, we get that omnibus. Oh, wait, it's only going to be 2 trades. Only 10 issues you get, Warren, to prove yourself.
That's it, 10 issues, and I'm done.
Even if it sells well, doesn't matter. Still canceled. So what's the point of a writer even trying? The writer knows it's over at 10 issues. Even if you gave your best writing, peak quality, it's over. Oh, there's more. There's more. Was that one commercial? But wait, there's more, people. Marvel is canceling too many books too quickly these days. This was a discussion on the comic books Reddit. With this month's Marvel solicits out, this is a list of all the books Marvel has canceled this year. None of these were announced as miniseries nor maxis as far as I'm aware. Iron Man, canceled at issue 10. X-Factor, canceled at issue 10. X-Force, canceled at issue 10. Psylocke, canceled at issue 10. West Coast Avengers, canceled at issue 10. New Champions, canceled at issue 8. Werewolf by Night, canceled at issue 10. Spider-Boy, canceled at issue 20. The Spectacular Spider-Man, canceled at issue number 15. Deadpool, canceled at issue number 15. Weapon X, canceled at issue number 5. Daredevil, canceled at issue 25. Oh, another one of those was canceled on there as well. I can't remember the name. NYX, canceled at issue 10.
I heard that one was terrible.
I didn't hear that one was bad too. But I'm just pointing out here. Moon Knight, always canceled, relaunched with a new number 1. Scarlet Witch, canceled, relaunched with a new number 1. Ghost Rider, canceled, relaunched with a new number 1. How many characters did I just say there? How many characters? That's like 20 of them. All canceled. New Avengers, supposed to be the Thunderbolts. Remember we did the video? Supposed to be the Thunderbolts series. Now it's just the New Avengers. So they had no faith it was going to sell at all. No faith. Just nothing. Certain books like Helverine, Wolverine, Deadpool, and Magic also seem to be ending soon. With the way the solicits are written, usually if it says something like finale or the end, anywhere is a dead giveaway. Or the way trades are mapped, but it's not confirmed. Additionally, these are some new series that Marvel ended and then relaunched within 2025, so the year itself. The Amazing Spider-Man, ended Zeb Wells' run, number 1. Thor announces going to die. Oh, wait, fuck you. Relaunch number 1. Venom, all new Venom. Yeah. So Venom got its series canceled, and it's all new Venom. Mary Jane, host of Venom symbiote. Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch, you might as well put an X5 there. For comparison, this is the same list, but for DC. Shazam, Power Girl, and Metamorpho canceled. And look at the number of books here. Shazam got to book 21. Power Girl got to book 20. Now keep in mind, Dan Mora and Mark Waid were doing Shazam, and then they took them off that book and put them on Justice League. So people knew once they got off that book, it was going to pretty much end, honestly. So then there's many reasons for this, I would imagine. So right here it reads, and the only series DC has ended and relaunched in 2025 is Batman. Now, I know Marvel generally publishes more books than DC, but isn't this getting ridiculous? It makes it hard to get invested with Marvel knowing half of the line will be gone in 6 months. Additionally, it doesn't seem to be really a sales issue either, given that going by ICV2 and Bleeding Cool sales reports, Marvel is handily outselling DC in single issues outside of the Absolute line. This seems more like a deliberate market strategy, be constantly releasing new books and then canceling them to keep the churn of new number ones with 10 variants covers coming. But wouldn't it be better to have a smaller line with less churn and books that last longer? Marvel is training its audience to not expect books to last outside of a select few, which doesn't seem healthy. Guys, a book with Miles Morales and Spider-Man can't even get past 15 issues. Oh, and guess what? You know that Deadpool Wolverine series? Canceled. Just canceled. Deadpool Wolverine had $1 billion movie last year. Can't even keep an ongoing series. Marvel has just revealed that a brand new series featuring Deadpool and Wolverine has been canceled, and fans think it might be a bad sign for the media giant's future. As revealed by Marvel Comics editor Tom Fatshit, piece of fat fuck, worthless dumb idiot, last week, the new Deadpool and Wolverine team-up series, Weapon X-Men, has already been canceled. It seems that the $1.3 billion generated by the Deadpool and Wolverine Marvel Cinematic Universe film wasn't enough to bolster the sales, as Brevoort stated the 5th issue of the comic would be its last. Fans aren't feeling too sympathetic about its failure. However, on the X-Men subreddit, almost all of the comments are exclusively taking aim at Marvel's editorial team for their poor attempts at advertising the comic. That's what happens when you launch 23 titles in 9 months. Launch this title with 3 important and selling characters at the end, and you don't even call it X-Force. Seriously, Brevoort? Throne's book was launched at the forefront with an amazing artist with a bunch of C-listers, but this book was ignored? Yeesh, I haven't seen something get canceled at 5 in a while. It must have seriously underperformed. Even X-Force and NYX made it to 10. Then again, they had buzz. For better or worse, people were talking about it. I don't think I've seen this book mentioned in this sub, at least any way that I've noticed. As someone who actively reads comics, I got to agree with the commenters on this one. I had no idea this series even existed until I heard about its cancellation this morning. Although that's probably because Marvel has diluted the X-Men brand by throwing out dozens of new series over the past years. Wow. Man, Marvel Comics and taking L's. Name a more iconic duo. So what is your closing thoughts on a lot of these Marvel comic book cancellations? Just absolutely crazy that we can't get books to be like a secured investment for the customers, right? Customers don't know when a book's going to end. The writers and artists don't know what the fuck's going on. We're just in butt-fuck retard world here. We're just doing butt crack.
Before tonight, I thought it was sales, but seeing how sales has nothing to do with it. I think that the article they mentioned in there, I think it's 100% correct. They're trying to create new number ones because Marvel is a collector's market focus. That's why they do the variants, and that's why they like to do the number ones. So it seems like they're trying to create sale movement by energizing the collectors by constantly doing number ones, but at the same time, they're just kind of ruining and cheapening their brand by doing this.
Oh, X-Men is screwed forever. There's no way anyone will have faith in X. That's crazy. That was their number one selling brand outside of Spider-Man, and they've just ruined it completely just by
they need
a bunch of
do
bullshit.
A complete reboot. Like not as in the storyline wise, but they need to really go through, clean house, get some new writers and artists, and really try to concentrate on, like, okay, I want 50 to 100 issue runs. I want, good long storylines and no more big events. And let's just get this everything kind of streamlined and back to creating
also
quality.
let's get some quality writers, because if we're
Yeah.
told about that Fantastic Four situation where if it's selling well this year, then it's going to sell well next year. If it's selling in like the few months, it'll sell better in a few months. Yeah, that, my God, Tom, you're so fucking fat and retarded. That would require you having writers giving out a good story, right? That's how a story works. So it'll sell well initially, and then the quality of writing would have to be the reason why people stick around. So if you want books to have longer runs, to sell year in and year out, you need better quality writers telling these stories. But Marvel doesn't do that. They cancel they cancel books, relaunch it with a new number one, the same character, with the same creative team. So the same creative team that apparently failed you on those books are going to fail you on another book. They canceled Deadpool, 15 issues. They gave him a 3-issue miniseries called the Deadpool and Wolverines. 3. It's 3. Man, this fucking brand is just absolutely smoking butt crack.
Just complete mismanagement. It's terrible.
They need a complete new overhaul in leadership. If you want books, here, this is how you get books to sell, Marvel. Getting better writers should just be like at the forefront. Okay? Reduce books for characters that nobody gives a flying fuck about.
Yeah, there's quality over quantity.
Yeah. Another thing, market them better. I don't see Marvel marketing shit, honestly. Just market your books better. Also for your premiere collection, was supposed to be your compact comics. I'm gonna say it here. Stop it. Cancel it. We already know you cancel stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. Start it over. Call it something different and make the books look like the DC ones. Those will sell. Those are big books there. But you won't. But you might. Who knows? It's Marvel. They're known to cancellation. So, yeah, Marvel Comics and canceling books. Name a more iconic duo than that. Marvel Comics and being mismanaged. Name a more iconic duo than that. Marvel Comics and being absolute fucking retards. Name a more iconic duo than that. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye. Peace. And we are going to wrap it up here in just a moment. Lunchbox Warren, is there anything you have planned coming up that you would like to let the audience know about?
Yeah, on Sunday, you can catch me on my YouTube channel doing a draw stream. And I'm not sure exactly when, but me and Lap should be doing something together also on Sunday. And then after that, you can catch me on here on Wednesdays for the panel show, and then Fridays for our show.
Wow.
Going
to Lapsed is not going to pay you well, man. Heard he pays
you don't
less
pay
than
me anything.
Heard he pays less than minimum wage.
I'm still waiting for the clout to show up.
What in the world? What is with all? Oh my goodness! Also, any parents out there, make sure you watch your kids. You always hear stories of kids getting kidnapped. Watch the kids. Did you hear that?
I think I did hear that. What was that?
I think I was playing a reel. I forgot to mute my mic. Oh God! Like the websites, I have to mute the websites. Holy crap! So you guys randomly heard that. I was watching porn. Sorry, you caught me. So yeah, tomorrow you guys will be seeing me and Laps Comic Fan restart our show. It's going to be on Saturdays moving forward because I work Tuesdays now. So that's pretty much why we don't have the shows Tuesday anymore. Pretty much game streams are going to be Tuesdays and Sundays guaranteed. So if we don't have a show those days, what I would be doing is just streaming League or Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. That's it, right? But tomorrow expect to show with me and Let's Comic Fan around 7 p.m. PST. And then Sunday, I'll just do a game stream. Maybe have sex with my wife. Who knows? So, yeah, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. And we will see you.